well, if you want an example of how people are struggling to make ends meet, we have to discuss the amount of 500,000 yen, which right now is alright, 500,000 yen. It's like $3,000, 230, $3,230.50. Now I'm using Wise as a currency converter. However, Wise has unfortunately suspended issuance of the Wise debit cards in the U.S. for without giving a concrete reason. So I don't really trust them anymore, sadly, for my day-to-day operations. So, but going back to the main topic at hand, there are we gotta talk about what 500,000 yen could buy you in the world of electronics. So it says World Group C. I don't know. I'm just going to use my. They say Group C, but you could just use any car you'd like. I'm just gonna use the movie car, and and there's no penalty, so 5 laps. Well, with 500,000 yen, hold on. Either my mic is, actually I'll turn down the game audio. So it's a Dwamon course. So yeah, that's gonna be difficult. So, it decreased in value. 500,000 yen went from $5,000 to something like $3,000. 500,000 yen, I should say. And, you can either use it to save on something big, like a house, an apartment lease, a car, or a trip overseas. Or, you can blow it on two of the most, like, unreasonable pieces of electronics of 2024, which is, actually, I'm falling behind. It's nighttime too, so it's kind of scary. You can either buy it, spend it on the Huawei Mate XT from mainland China, or you can spend that money on the PS5 Pro, 30th anniversary limited edition, from a scalper. So, yeah, as I said before, the 30th anniversary version of the PlayStation 5 is not a celebration, but rather a retelling of the PlayStation history. It's like, it really reminds me of the Chinese Cultural Revolution in the 1960s and 1970s, where they just literally destroyed what traditional culture and replaced it with a Marxified version of their own culture, which is what Sony is doing exactly, but I don't think I'm keeping up well with the other cars. In fact, I'm kind of falling behind. Maybe I'll switch the car out. Since I'll switch out the car. Please wait a moment. Alright, I'm just going to turn down the headset because there is a noticeable delay in. I'm gonna choose the King of Cars. Oh wait, this is regulation compliant. So we're gonna use the Jaguar Car Dive 1 or something and try again. This car is too much. This car is actually insanely fast. Let's go 400 kilometers per hour. Should be about 250 miles. This car is a beat. But going back to the main issue at hand. PS. I did talk to some people who owned a PS5 Pro, and they said that and they said that they said that it wasn't worth the money because, as I said earlier, the CPU keeps bottlenecking the internal graphics. And no, I will not buy any of Sony's marketing that calls the PS5 Pro's enhanced graphics a GPU. I know the difference between an internal graphics and external graphics. Right now I'm using external graphics to stream this game, to encode the stream or something. But you get the point. This shit is so hard. These are real racing cars here. But, yeah. And, there's so many scalpers that we have to deal with, because apparently they're selling it for 70,000, 700,000 yen. Like, come on, with that price, you could buy something, you could save up, you could pay for an entire trip to, like, I don't know, like, I guess it's the West Coast, or, even within Southeast Asia as well. Which, by the way, I feel like Southeast Asia is going to be the exclusive region that will benefit from economic growth this decade. All other places in the world are kind of screwed, honestly. Yeah, and, as I said on a community post, last last night, I said that, unfortunately, there's this one, like, event that honors revisionists, or Marxists, basically, over the truth. Which is very insulting, because we learned the truth in school like 10, 12 years ago, and now the truth back then is being discarded for like a Marxist rewriting of everything. That's really pissed off, honestly. The first lap was extremely difficult because of this car is fast. Or this car because it yeah, but, speaking about which, the Huawei Mate XT, it, has become a symbol of ridicule within mainland China. Because you look like, because it's so fragile, yeah, it costs so much, and now there's also a limited app ecosystem compared to, like, Android or iOS. Regardless of like, ridicule that people get in mainland China for having that phone versus and the fact that 47 Hong Kong pro-democracy activists were sentenced to a cumulative 250 years in prison. There's still tech reviewers in Western nations that still support these communist. I don't know. Like Huawei or something. Like, it's very concerning when people in a free country, like Western democracies or something, start kowtowing to authoritarian regimes. Like I heard that 3 million in cash was like smuggled to the University of Minnesota a few days ago or something. Although I cannot verify for sure because of apparent biased reporting, which is everywhere sadly, and it also gains ad revenue and money and all that stuff. That's the unfortunate truth. And also those same tech reviewers, they turned a blind eye to the situation in Hong Kong during June 2020, and you know what happened? Hong Kong was taken from them. Hong Kong's freedoms, actually. And now it's basically like no different from Tibet or Xinjiang now, sadly. Because, and then you have these apologists who like, I won't name where or name I'll name who they're apologists for, but they literally said, they literally just want to paint them in a positive light despite well-documented abuses or something. Like, why are you doing that? It's like, oh wow. Now Hong Kong is no longer autonomous. Yeah, and I'm really pissed off. I was going to go Hong Kong before the pandemic, but because the pandemic happened, and also the fact that the national security law was passed, I couldn't go there anymore. It's all thanks to these woke, I don't know, these woke communists in the West who think they're doing something good by posting black squares on Instagram. But in reality, they're not doing anything to solve the problem at issue, or in fact, they're making issues worse. In my opinion. Like, they're taking an already bad issue and making it worse. And that's why the West is in shambles nowadays. Like, I'm not sure if I can even call my state or even my country home anymore. Oh, wait, I went the wrong way. This is a very difficult mission. Okay, we got the fastest lap. But yeah, the Mate XT, all things aside, the Mate XT is a waste of 500,000 yen, or $5,000, if you look at US marketplaces. Plus, it's also a banned item from entering the US. Like, and then there's also people who on GSM Arena who keeps blaming the Huawei ban on some uneducated group of people. I won't name which ones, but in reality, if you see what's happening in Tibet, Xinjiang, and now Hong Kong, then you would know why Huawei was banned or something. It's because we know. And then there's just too much stuff. I mean, the whole internet has not only turned into echo chambers, but it's also causing negative repercussions in real life. And for that reason, after I get back from Key West on in December, I'll probably be watching Serial Experiments Lane off stream. Because that's how messed up the world is now. And I think the internet has played a role in that. I have to admit that I am included in those in playing a role in like Sowing Division 2, sadly. But I think everyone's guilty of it, including me. We can't even see issues face to face anymore, and that even extends to consumer electronics, sadly. Still lap 4. Switch out the car. What the hell? It's making a poor effort to reconnect or something. A very poor effort, sadly. This mission is really hard. I think my internet got throttled because I said some stuff that people disagreed with. But we'll go over everything later once we finish this race. This race takes about 15 minutes, and I only need about like 5 to 10 minutes for going over stuff. So. Yeah, I think we're going to go over everything after I cross the finish line. I already drove a whole marathon just because of this race. Mons is very, it's very like, demanding. Okay, that's it, and I got first place despite, let's see. Only a 3-star ticket today, and 500,000. So let's go over the article in detail, I should say. I might we'll start by looking at the prices. Like we go to Mercari, Japan. which is currently in a scandal because their management has actually been on a vacation to Scandinavia while their customers are getting scammed. So you see, 700,000 yen. That's like, what's that? That's $4,500. And you have so many listings for that, and it's just so expensive. The PS5 Pro, 30th anniversary stuff, and they actually this is a set, but it costs way too much. It's basically like a huge parcel or something. The fact that they only made like 12,300 of them makes it even worse. Like, you remember the Animal Crossing Nintendo Switch? It was out of stock everywhere when it first came out, but 2 years later, it was available in every game store you can think of. So Sony has made a grave mistake by... And they also did not include a disc drive, which is also being scalped. And people say, "Oh, but we need to go to all digital future. Oh, I only download games, so I don't need a disc drive." Well, with that being said, you own nothing and you will be happy. Just as Klaus Schwab envisioned, okay? Okay, and you have this too. So basically, the 30th anniversary of the PlayStation brand is actually not a celebration. It's just a Marxist retelling of the PlayStation brand. Sadly, just look at this. Look at how ridiculous these prices are. They even sell standard PS5 Pros among the PS5 Pro 30th anniversary set. Now, if we go to this site right here, it's being sold for 500,000 yen. That's a lot of money. And what's that in dollars? $3,000 too. So now let's read now let's read the comments. We have 65 of them. We don't need it after all. Aren't they a favorite of scalpers? It's already at 500,000. It's sad if I don't win. I wonder if there's anyone who bought it to celebrate the anniversary. Is anyone buying it to sell? There are quite a few on Mercari as well. What are the measures to prevent scalping? I wonder if PlayStation will ever be talked about more in the future. Nah, PlayStation is already DOA in Japan. This guy won it. And the performance is basically the same. It will be exposed in mainland China. It's being traded for around 700,000 overseas, so it's cheap in Japan. My ass, honestly. 10 times as much. 300,000. You can resell them for even more. Don't get caught by buyers from PRC. 500,000, 700,000 on the mainland. Well, sadly, there's still people who can't tell the difference between mainland China, Hong Kong, and Taiwan. Especially since Taiwan's sovereignty is at stake now. Yeah, I got muted on Discord 5 years ago for saying Taiwan is a country. On the grounds of saying I was being political. When everyone else is being political, they don't care. But when I'm being political, they just mute me, kick me, ban me, whatever those Discord mods are up to. And no, I'm not using Discord anymore because there's now allegations on Twitter that said that a lot of these. Never mind. It's a flea market, 200,000. Mainland China will start selling fakes. Well, that's very 440,000 version. All of it is just so. They'll just only sell the cover, but it's serial number. You connect to another account, you will be banned. Price is high. Creole record will be left. I don't know. Sony account banned. Oh yeah. Yeah, like how I got banned from a stream on Twitch for just casually mentioning the Super Nintendo or Super Famicom. When the game in question was about a Super Famicom, yet I still got banned because it was quote-unquote off-topic, despite Super Mario World being a launch title on the Super Famicom. Like, what the hell is wrong with these people on Twitch, Discord, and many other platforms? Less and less active. Yes, increasing SKUs, disk drive issues, and yeah, the vertical stand is 4,000 yen. Everything is just so. People are so like. Yeah, 1 million units. AMD for PS6, scheduled for release in 2026. I don't know. And then beat the 100,000 yen in the lottery. And the flea market on Amazon Marketplace. Muji. The regular version was still at Tsutaya. Costs the same as a drink. Unbranded. Udeya. And the price may go up. So they support scalpers. 500,000 yen. To I don't know. For PS5, didn't purchase the original account, and a subsequent account will be banned. So Sony's basically having an enforcement mechanism that if you sign on to the PS5 Pro Limited Edition that you bought from a scalper, you will get banned on all consoles. Doesn't matter if it's a backwards compatible PS3, a PlayStation Vita, PS4, or PS5. You lose access to PlayStation services forever. And even on PlayStation games on PC as well. Because Sony can't stop broaching everything. And now they're planning to buy Kadokawa, which, if they go through with it, means it's the end of the world, actually. Fakes. No information like that. Oh wait, that's it. I had enough of his bullshit, honestly. So now let's conclude the stream by looking at at our tickets in the Gran Turismo garage. So let's see what are we getting today. This is just money. We can just get a pile of shit or something. Okay, that's 10,000 credits. Not much, but we have this to make up for it. Okay, and that's it for today's stream because I'm literally starting to lose my mind over this crap, so